Listen to me, you cannot make someone change. No matter how much you love them, no matter how hard you pray, no matter how much of yourself you give, it won't matter if they don't want it themselves. If they're not missing you when you're gone, if they're not stepping up when you're not around, they're not going to change. Not for you, not for anyone. Change doesn't come from outside pressure. It comes from inside desire. A desire that only God can stir in their heart. We all want to believe that we can save people. That if we love them enough, that if we fight for them hard enough, if we sacrifice enough of ourselves, that they'll finally wake up and see our worth. But here is what I want you to know. You're not their savior. Jesus is. Jesus is all of our savior. God gave us all free will for a reason. And that free will means that they have to choose change. They have to want it more than you want it for them. Your job isn't to fix them. Your job is to just love them and then let God do the work that only He can do. But here's where it really gets hard. Sometimes the best way to love someone is to just let them go, to step aside and to let God take over, because when you keep holding on, trying to force someone to change, you might just be standing in the way of what God really wants to do in their life. All right? Let go and let God. I know that is cliche, but today, try that. Let go and let God. Stop waiting for someone to become who you want them to be. And then trust that God's plan for you is greater than anything that you can imagine. That's where the important part comes in. You have to trust that God's plan is greater than anything that you have in mind. Look at their actions, not at their words, not their promises, their actions. If they're not fighting to be in your life, stop fighting for them to be in yours. Trust that God's going to bring the right people into your life at the right time. People who will love you the way that He designed you to be loved, with no hesitation, with no doubt, with absolutely no conditions. That's how it's supposed to be. No conditions, unconditional love. You were made for more than just waiting around for someone to decide that you are worth loving, that you are worth it. You're already worthy because God says that you are, all right? God says you're worthy. And the moment that you stop settling for less than God's best for you is the moment that everything in your life changes. So let go. Let God work in your life. Let God work in their life, and then trust Him to bring you someone who doesn't need convincing. All right? Someone who sees your worth the way that God does. And remember, He's never left you. He's always working for your good, even when you don't see it yet. So hang in there. You've got this.